All right. These woke people are too boring to talk about. Here are some cool antiques instead. Sun Grand Studios. sipping on
Hi
sipping on
there.
something.
Welcome. Good to see you. I'm Jarrell, and today I wanted to share some cool stuff with you. Now, recently we have seen some things in the industry that are not great. I'm keeping a close eye on things,
Mm.
and I know that people out there would like to hear my thoughts and would like me to comment on certain subjects.
Oh
For
yeah.
example, the Stevie Chassard Ubisoft monetization manager, his comment.
Oh, I don't know about that. I literally don't know anything about that, but I just know you say Ubisoft and I'm thinking, "Oh, is it about Star Wars Outlaws? Is it about Assassin's Creed uh, uh Shadows? Are they messing around with stuff? Oh my god.
Comments and lashing out and attacking gamers. We have the whole Godot community manager
Oh,
with
that. Yep.
that whole strange situation, and Godot sort of doubling down and not.
Bro, how much bullshit do you think what's that one actress lady with the last name? Gal Gadot? How much like secondary bullshit like fire do you think she's come in contact with just because the damn engine's name is Godot, but you pronounce it Godot? Gal Gadot, the engine is Godot. God, it's like god damn it, dude. It's like why my last name gotta be Godot? Why you gotta name the damn engine Godot?
Really apologizing and not doing anything about this community manager. You have Alyssa Mercante of Kotaku, who has been lashing out and attacking Smash JT. So I actually don't want to talk about these subjects because they're boring.
Yeah,
They're not interesting.
good. You know, all that is like babies thrash, or no, it's not babies thrashing. It's like trying to rescue someone that's thrashing and drowning in a white water rapid river. You literally just can't do it, so you gotta let them drown. And then when they're not moving, you go downstream and maybe catch them. Okay? You can't rescue that type of person when they're just like thrashing and they don't know how to swim, they're drowning, they're just like you're under potential for like getting like hit or whatever. Or maybe they'll pull you under with them on accident because they just want a flotation device and they it's like you could swim, but like can you deal with like a person thrashing? Maybe, but like there's whitewater rapids everywhere. It's like, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. That's what it feels like.
They're boring. Other YouTube channels have done an excellent job covering the situation.
Yeah.
And I have a policy where I do not punch down on children, nor do.
What? Did he just call all those people children? Oh my god. Oh my god. That was more funny than I was expecting.
Do I punch down on adult aged people who lack the intellectual capacity to defend themselves, especially for people like Alyssa Mercante? I would feel very bad addressing that situation and discussing that creature.
I just honestly, anytime I hear anything about what these people are doing, the rowdy ones, I just ignore it. That's the best thing to do if you want it to go away. Just ignore it, because I doubt they're getting any good interactions. You know what's that thing? Even bad press is good press, or something, or whatever that saying is. Even like whatever, as long as people are talking about you, even if it's negative, it's still good because it's brand recognition and you're still like relevant. Well, everything those people are doing are irrelevant, so you should just ignore them. Um, you need to like not rubberneck, not turn your head to the side as you're driving. Simply just keep your eyes in front of you on the road and just do you. If you want them to go away, just ignore them. They will go away. Trust me.
So these people exhibit having zero meaningful life experiences. These people are very loud online. They say that the sort of the, what is it, the empty vessel rings the loudest, something like that. The
What?
empty vase rings the loudest, something to that effect. But these people have shown that they have no actual skills or wisdom, and they have absolutely nothing to contribute to society. These people waste their entire lives on Twitter, and it just makes
At best, the thing that they are contributing towards society is entertainment. That is at best, because whatever they're doing, news related, critiquing, that is not the real thing. That is like no one respects their opinions. At best, whenever they get riled up about like you're this, you're that, you're this ism, you're that phobe, and they start pointing fingers. At best, it's entertainment, and I would say bad entertainment. And yeah,
makes me sad. Having to think about these people is a real bummer. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you here. These people are very boring to me. They are not interesting in any way. They are such a drag.
I know it's like so many people, or at least like on the internet from what I see, their pastime has went from enjoying video games like from years and years ago to the I don't know if this is me, maybe I'm weird. I actually have developed, as I get older in my 34th year on the planet, um I have developed this unnatural, I would say, and I don't like it that I like this, but this unnatural ability to I just love drama. You know how like girls like their drama TV shows, like Desperate Housewives of this and that or whatever, Desperate Housewives New York, Desperate Housewives Orange County. It's all scripted, it's all fake, whatever. Bro, for gamers, the core population of gamers are mostly dudes. All of this woke shit is just Desperate Housewives, but for video games. It's just drama. But I think we're on like the sixth or the eighth season of whatever this thing is, and the writing hasn't changed, and it's starting to get boring. It is. Like in the beginning, it was kind of funny. It's like, oh, the game's woke go broke. Ah! Everyone's yelling out the same shit. But now it's like the 10th season, and it's like, ugh, I'm bored of this shit, dude. Can you guys do something else? Like, damn.
And I tend to spend my time doing things that I find interesting. I like to explore topics that I either have no knowledge of and I would like to learn about them, or I explore things that I just find interesting. So today I'm going to share some very rare instruments with you. These are instruments from my personal collection. These are antiques which I've purchased. I've found
Damn.
them and won them through auctions, and I have restored them. So a couple of years ago,
Bro, that's crazy. This is like a guitar board. This is like a harp or a guitar or something. It's in the middle because it's got the hole in it like a guitar, but it don't got the neck of a guitar. This is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8, 5. Okay. 13. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. A 43 string box. This is like the adult version of the guitar I used to make when I was a little kid, and I had to empty out a tissue box, and I put the inside of a towel roll. Like I cut a hole out of the side of the tissue box, put some rubber bands around that, and then cut a hole in the top and like shove a damn a towel little cylinder in there, and I would pretend to play. This is the adult version of that.
I taught myself how to restore antique instruments. There are so many interesting instruments that have sort of been lost to history, and I wanted to bring something interesting to my games in terms of music. So when it comes to video game music, Often you'll find that it's the easiest way, it's the simplest way, it's the most modern way to just use synthesized instruments, but everything
Yeah.
sounds the same. Everything has a homogenized texture to it, and it's just very boring from game to game, from composer to composer. If you only hear these synthesized instruments, it leads people to
Yeah.
think the same way, and they have a very boring, homogenized way of thinking that is not unique or interesting. Um,
I think this is because most people are not musically inclined to really tell the difference between like string instruments. Like yeah, they kind of can. Like there's like I can tell the difference between like a regular guitar and like a bass guitar, or like this is a harp, or this is like a violin, this is a cello. Like I could barely even tell the difference between that. I'm so stupid in that respect. Like between like a bow string versus like just finger plucking. Uh, I have no idea what this thing sounds like.
and it just becomes um, just patterns of repeating itself over and over and over again in terms of musical philosophy. So I try to find instruments, real instruments that I can play. They help me think differently as a composer. I look for antiques that I can restore so I can think differently and also bring an interesting sound to my music. I'll put links in the description. Two of my soundtracks are online, which you can listen to for free. If you want to buy those soundtracks, you certainly may. So you can put the MP3s on your iRiver or your Zune, whatever MP3 player that you have. But I started out collecting and restoring these antique instruments, and I'll share the information about these with you. I have a couple to share with you. First, because I wanted to bring an interesting sound to my Silver Falls games, but after I started restoring them, I realized there was something much more interesting and important going on, and that it's important for me to preserve these instruments for future generations and to maintain the spirit of music, what is most important about it, and bring something special to other people. Now, it's kind of boring here, and the audio quality on my mic tends to um, cut sounds out. So we'll switch microphones and let's head over to the campsite. All
Oh
right.
shit.
This is called an ale zither or a variable zither. This one was patented and built around 1888,
Damn.
which is smack dab in the middle of the Wild West era. The Wild West era took place between
Bro, I'm just waiting
1865
for
and
him to like start playing.
1895. To give you some context, the Lewis and Clark expedition took place between 1804 and 1806 during the glorious era of American westward expansion. Now, I'll play a little bit of the instrument for you so you can have a listen to the sound. I personally found this so interesting because I've never heard anything that sounds quite like it.
Bro. Bro, that sounds like banjo harp or acoustic guitar harp. One of those is kind of what I'm feeling. That's pretty cool. Bro, this is like the perfect like baby like I was gonna say baby's first string instrument, but like the reason I say that is because you don't have to like hold the frets down at all. You get one string, you get one note, which is like, and it's, you can see like what is this A? Is this a C or a G? I don't know. I'm not musically inclined. A C B C something else. Damn. That's nice.
I have used this in my Silver Falls soundtracks, so you may not really I hear it and identify it right away because it's not a sound that you necessarily would be familiar with. But
Yeah.
for those of you who have enjoyed my Silver Falls games on the 3DS and the Wii U, you have heard this instrument used in my soundtracks. Next, I'll go ahead and show you my next rarest instrument. Now, this one is quite interesting.
What is
This is
this?
called a table violin. So, this is quite an interesting instrument. This one comes from Germany, and it is circa 1850s to 1860s. It's extremely rare. So this is from around the Gold Rush era, and the US Civil War took place between 1861 and 1865. So I'll show you a photo. This is an extremely
How
rare
do you
photo
play
that is
that?
able to find on the internet.
It's like a half a guitar. Okay, wait. Okay, it's like this dude got a thing. I don't know what it is. Is this a banjo? But like, what the fuck is this side thing? It's like acoustic guitar, acoustic guitar. I don't know what this is. Oh wait, is this the thing? This is like half a guitar. There's the strings, more strings, string. Violin, right? I'm not that uncultured. Is this the thing? Is this like a bow? A guitar that thing?
This is a photo of a table violin in the USA circa 1898. So that is 100 years before Resident Evil 2 and Ocarina of Time.
Damn.
Now, this one is quite an interesting instrument. You can either set it on the table and play with a bow, or you set it on your lap. What's
Nice.
interesting about this is the frets allow you to play with precision in terms of your pitches. I'll go ahead and share a little video clip with you so you can hear the instrument being played with other instruments as well.
How many strings is this? That's crazy. I've never seen anything like this, dude. What is this? I'm not gonna get attempt to count. I'm just gonna guess. I was a lousy guesser with like the guess the jelly beans in the jar thing. I'm just gonna guess like this is like at least 30 strings of something. Bro, this song that he's playing right now is gonna be the best song to listen to when any of those people he mentioned earlier just lose their job. This is gonna be the grave dance song that everyone's gonna be grave dancing to. All right, just make like a more dancey version of this, and like amp it up a little bit, and then that's the grave dancing song, 100%, easily.
Boy, howdy. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I've got one more really cool instrument to share with you. It's one that I'm still in the process of restoring. Now, this one is quite
What is
rare
this?
indeed. This is referred to as a guitarophone, a special
Guitarophone, bro. When some of these people are making these instruments, dude, this is like, what is this? Like accordion guitar? This is, come on, this is like a cat in the hat instrument, dude. I've never. This is like if AI made a new instrument. What is this?
specialized kind of zither that uses these hammers to strike strings. The strings are meant to be paired mandolin style, and you hear a sound similar to this. Now, I'm still in the middle of restoring this. As you can see, it's
Okay.
missing a couple pieces.
It's like a mini piano, because like a piano is technically a string instrument. You know, if you open it up and you like you look inside, it's like, oh, it's all strings, but you're just like having a little like felt hammer going like boink on the thing. like again, I'm not musically inclined. I don't know dick about ass when it comes to music, but this seems like uh the early piano.
You might be able to tell. What is so interesting and unique about this particular guitarophone is that there are transverse strings that run along the top. These allow you to play chords. So you would use one hand to play the chords and the other hand to play your melody. This one I won't be able to play for you just yet, but I can share the instrument with you. You could have a look at that. It's
That is
quite rare. I'm
so
very proud
cool
to have this in
looking.
my collection. Again, I'm still in the middle of restoring it. Now, if you would be interested in collecting your own rare antique instruments, especially zithers like these from the 1800s, I ask you to please be very careful, and that if you do find these in auctions or you find them in shops around the place, antique shops, that these instruments are very fragile and they generally will not survive being tuned up with the original strings. The
Mm.
original strings are actually quite thick and higher tension, and if you were to put them at full tension, you will generally warp the instrument and cause it to fold up, and that will destroy the instrument. So when I restore these, I replace the strings with modern lower tension strings. Now, it's so important when you engage with any kind of career path, any hobby, any interest, is you do your research, you learn absolutely as much as you can, and that you make sure that you do it correctly. Even if you are not an expert luthier or instrument repair person, such as myself,
Or a game journalist, or a show writer, or a movie writer, or a director.
I'm not a professional, but it's something that I want to make sure that I do correctly and that I don't make mistakes to cause damage to the instruments. And it's important that, especially if you get into a career path, that you actually learn how to do your job correctly. You need to learn how the people before you did it.
Oh, I knew he was gonna segue and bring it all back around. I fucking knew it. I'm not gonna talk about these boring people, but I'm just gonna bring it around and I'm gonna talk about these boring people. Bro, this dude is goaded.
And you need to make sure that you meet the expectations and the standards of the industry in which you work. I take these kinds of skills very seriously because I could end up ruining this. I am aware that I'm bringing these instruments into the public light and I'm sharing it with other people in a public space, and I need to make sure that I do it correctly, or I could end up ruining that whole culture for other people. Now, these instruments, these rare zithers, were actually purged from history. Early in the 1900s, there were quite a few events in the world that were occurring. I don't really need to discuss those today, but these instruments, you can say that the history and the culture and these instruments were canceled. That's what we would say today. But in
Yeah,
reality, the really correct term would be to say that they were purged. They were largely destroyed, all these instruments. There's very little information and written history and photos.
bro. I'm trying to think what would society sound like instead of using the word canceled. Like, oh, let's cancel this guy, cancel that guy. Purge. We must purge this person. Purge them. Bro, what sounds worse, being canceled or being purged? Because purged, you know, like everybody knows what purged is, and then there's like another meaning where it's like, I gotta go purge. It's like, you know, like stick your finger in the back and like throw up all your food you just ate because you're like, you got like an eating disorder or whatever. I gotta go purge. But like purging a person from society, like it's so uh, amorphous. Like, what does that mean? It sounds enigmatic.
Photographs regarding them. So it's difficult to come across that information. And it's important for us to recognize and understand that if you do not stand up and fight for what you believe in, people will come and take that away from you. What you believe in, what you care about, people will come and take it away from you. So you
Oh yeah, I've had so much of my childhood IPs. Just people just come, hijack the IPs, and just ruin the story so many times. So many things. For sure. Like the list is very long. With all my favorite video games, all my favorite stories. Somebody with an agenda has came, did like a little self insert, did a little DEI, did a little bit of whatever. They didn't read the story. They didn't play the games. They didn't do their research. They just came and they made a show. They made a movie. They made a different game, and they just ruined it. But as like a silver lining, but it's not like they completely removed those beginning stories from society. No, those stories still exist, and you know, at least I still have that. It's not like the new shit completely voids out the old shit. Even if they say it's canon, it's not really canon.
You have to choose your battles. You have to protect what you care about, and you have to understand and recognize when people are coming to take something away that you care about.
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, unfortunately, these were taken away from us and they were erased from history. I'm doing my part to learn what I can and to restore these instruments. I am actually working on a documentary to explain the history of these instruments to
I'm just realizing this right now. The instruments are a metaphor to video games 15 to 20 years ago. That's the metaphor.
compose a full soundtrack with these instruments, and I want to be able to at least in some way restore these to their place in history. And it just makes me sad that unfortunately people at the time were not able to fight and stand up for what they believed in, and they had something taken away from them. Maybe we need to consider what's happening in terms of our culture, and we do need to stand up and protect what we believe in. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these instruments. I really enjoy sharing this stuff with you guys. And again, if you would like to hear some of my music, there are 2 soundtracks that you can listen to entirely for free. If you'd like to take a look at some of my games, I'll put the links in the description below. Thanks very much, everyone. If you would like to see more of these instruments, I'll share more videos in the future. And of course, I will be using these rare instruments in my game soundtracks as well. Thanks
Nice.
for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you around.
Damn. Oh my god. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Oh Jesus. Damn. Bro, he's a really good speaker too. Like god dang. Bro, that was great. That was like the best way to talk about these boring people. I don't got anything else to say. I can't wait to see the next one. Oh man. Okay. Good stuff. That's it. Catch you on the next one. Later, guys.